Good morning. I hope you won't mind if I'm combing through my hair while I video. I don't try to be perfect for you, just real, warts and all, you know? We all have our flaws. And I'm thinking, how well are you doing at keeping up with your own changes? Are you able to stay on top of that? You know, it's quite a ride, and I really feel for any who have jobs and, oh my God, families and all that kind of thing, trying to, I don't know, find yourself in the midst of all of that. What a challenge. Here I have all this silence, all this quote unquote free time, and it's all I can do to keep up. So, how about you? Are you noticing how you're changing? We all are. Bar none, we're all changing tremendously. Um, I'm in the process of uploading all 6 journals that flowed through on the 17th. And just as a, little technical note, any of my journals, I'll say what the day is and the date, well, and the Mayan day and so on. And I also give the order that they came in. And so if any journal is labeled first, you can go inscribed on the transcript, you can go to the bottom of that and you'll get to see the rest of the journals that came on that day. I list them and keep track of them that way. So any of the journals that say they were the first one done on that day. And so on the 17th, there were what amounts to 6 of them, and it was an amazing flow. Only the first one was written, all the rest of them were live. And they flowed one right after the other. And you can tell that based on the time that they were written. You know, you can put these things together if you sense the flow and you want to follow it through exactly the way it happened. That'll be the index to that. I'm making it easy with this set because I'm just uploading them one right after another. But very frequently, you know, they're scattered all over the place. You never know when something's getting uploaded. And it's always changing, so there's no rules for that. Anyway, the journaling I've done already today is deeply amazing, and I know I'll get that up. But I want to finish with the flow from the 17th first. And it just makes me humble, friends. It's hard to have an identity in the midst of sufficient humility to be open to life and to what it brings. Not a false humility, but here, let me try this on you. We've all listened to various teachers spout their stuff, and it's a dance that we do when something's flowing through us. I'll step out and say that there's no true teacher anywhere in the world, any when, in any day or age, that will set themselves up as better than you in any way. There's a humility there that isn't something somebody puts on, it's built in. Because the real teacher isn't really there present before you. The real teacher is a screen on which Source is playing what's coming through. And the real teacher speaks out of the emptiness. And this kind of teaching doesn't come through when there's still too much ego present, because it can't. Man cannot do this, not man as we conceive man to be. as we're awakening to the higher self, which everyone has, whether we have access to it, whether we've lost it or not, we all have this. We all are this. And as we're awakening up and into that, because we're already in it, it's not something, well, yes, it's there already, but I have to wait to step into it. That's not it either. All of that is just mind trying to figure out the impossible. It's not figurable in a linear way. So you are already that, and that is what's speaking to you. And I could even say, are you ready for this? Being heart, that is what's speaking through you. It only appears to come from outside. It only appears to come from the other. It doesn't. If you're hearing it, my friend, you're speaking it to yourself. You've chosen to speak this at this time to you, or you simply wouldn't be hearing it now. You see where I'm wandering here? You want to join me? Come on in. Water's fine. Okay, so I was speaking about humility. Now we have this area where these words are coming from that we can occupy consciously, just to put some words on it. You know, words don't work here. Follow the energy. And we have this. And we perceive from here, and we are here. And this is, there's no words, okay? I like Buddha. Undifferentiated suchness. Undifferentiated into a you or a me, a this or a that. Undifferentiated entirely. All one. No boundaries, no limits, no edges. No properties of any kind. Undifferentiated, and then suchness. Haha, very good. Like thatness, you know. Isness. I guess in a way it can't even really be being, because then you'd have to oppose that to non-being, and it's both of those, and so you've got another polarity going. I think it's possible that with words everything is polarized and it can't be helped, but that, you know, that's okay. We're using the words as a conduit for the energy that communicates. And in entering inner self, we're more than able to pick up what's being said. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's look at self, walking around in 3D as a body, as a particular awareness, having a conscious mind that does not perceive the fullness of self. This walking around aspect or element here in 3D is certainly not self. This isn't the I. This is a, and I'm just going to throw some words to it. I'm going to put an image to it. Don't get stuck in the image. But let's just say you're the higher self. And from the heart, from the essence, the core of that higher self you are, you're projecting a ray of light, of energy. And in 3D, that ray crystallizes as your form. That's one way to look at it. There are endless ways. Play amongst all of them. Don't get stuck on or attached to any of them. Play. Please play. Your heart will guide you as you play, but you've got to do the playing first. Your heart has nothing to speak on. You know? Thou wast neither hot nor cold, and so I will spew thee out of my mouth. Be hot, be cold, just don't be bump on a log. All right, where am I with this? My lessons in today's journaling have been immense. Things happen serendipitously. And the serendipity speaks, just like seeing 1111 every time you turn around, or whatever combination of numbers. We know when we're looking at something that says, hey, look at me. And what it says is, hey, pause a minute and center. Every time you see something serendipitous, why not try that? Just pause and center. Don't put the mind to it. What can the mind do? Come on, you know. It's a good mind, but not for that. That's coming from a deeper place in the self. It's bypassing mind entirely. It makes no logical sense. So go to heart with it. And so as I go to heart and I look at the way this ray of being that I'm projecting, this Teresa Ann, at the experiences that are playing out in her life, I saw a set of threes, not a set of threes. I saw a set of three. Three things, three different situations, three different people, but a similar energy, an energy of rejection. And it's fascinating the way mind thinks, well, those are other people. That's outside of self. That's not me. It's them that's doing that. They're obviously, you know, the ones that are doing there. And I can see what they're doing. I can see how they're projecting their energy on me. And this is a blessing of some study of the observation problem. We begin to see how we project ourselves on our world. Well, absent sufficient humility, we don't see that that's just one layer of the cake. That's just one level. And that level and layer has integrity, and it's true. As far as it goes, it's true. Okay? I don't even like the word true there. Let's say accurate. What's the next level or layer? What other dimensions of this exist? Well, a really obvious one, my friends, is that we know all is one. See, you can even use a mental route to get into this. You can just use the knowing. Everything is one. There's quantum entanglement. There's all these other things. In physics, the observation problem shows the field nature, the oneness nature of the observer and the observed. We're blessed today, unlike previous many previous generations of beings that didn't have the mental way in, you know. And so spirit is gentle with us. We have a plethora of opportunities to see. I mean, if we can't see, we're blind, dumb, and stupid, and we're not that. That's the ego that we're shedding, that's been that way, that's been programmed like that. No big deal. Okay, so what's obvious? What's obvious is that I am those three. I am the ones doing the rejecting. And on a 3D sense, are you noticing how you're changing? We all are. Bar none, we're all changing tremendously. Um, I'm in the process of uploading all 6 journals that flowed through on the 17th. And I'm thinking, how well are you doing at keeping up with your own changes? Are you able to stay on top of that? You know, it's quite a ride. And I really feel for any who have jobs and, oh my God, families and all that kind of thing, trying to. Good morning. I hope you won't mind if I'm combing through my hair while I video. I don't try to be perfect for you, just real, warts and all, you know? We all have our flaws. And I'm just as a, little technical note, any of my journals, I'll say what the day is and the date, well, and the Mayan day and so on. And I also give the order that they came in. And so if any journal is labeled first, you can do, I don't know, find yourself in the midst of all of that. What a challenge. Here I have all this silence, all this quote unquote free time. And it's all I can do to keep up. So, how about you?